Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crossing Home. I'm coming to you from my backyard this morning. The sun's coming up, beautiful breeze, beautiful temperature. It's fall, things are starting to change, leaves are starting to turn and fall off. It's a new season. I'm going to give you a little bit of my testimony today. I got to give my testimony to a group of girls, softball girls, about 3 weeks ago at Oklahoma Baptist University, and I'm going to share just a short snippet of what that was. What you see here in my hand is a helmet. I wore it in high school, and just seems like a typical helmet. I tried to put it on this morning. It was a little small. I was going to wear it, but it gave me a headache this morning, so we're not going to do that. But we painted our own helmets when we were in high school, and everybody put their own design on their helmet. But I want to show you what I did. I've got the Otaloga Panther T up there on top, but as you can see on the rim of my helmet, I have the three crosses. And so anytime I slid into second base or was doing anything or got a base hit or hit a home run and rounding the bases, this is what everybody saw. And it gave me an opportunity to let them know that who I served. And who I served was Christ. When I was about a senior, a gentleman by the name of Glenn Smith praying over me before I went to college, and he said, "Hey, I got a word that God gave me to give you," and it simply said, "God gave Moses a staff. I have given you a bat to lead people to Christ." Wow, that's awesome. I felt, man, that is great. So what do I do with that? What do you do with that as a young person? Well, I started off on absolute fire. I'm going to put this helmet down here for just a second. I started off on absolute fire. I went to Connor State College my freshman year, got involved in the BCM, and transferred to University of Kansas my sophomore year. Got really involved in the FCA. I actually was in the FCA magazine. I was the center feature of the FCA magazine when I was a sophomore. And then I came back to Oklahoma State, and this whole time, you know, we talked about talents, and we talked about what we using our talents 100% of the time. And this whole time that, you know, I have been locked in, just enjoying the gifts that God gave me, and playing for God every day. And so I want to read a verse to you. It's out of 1 Corinthians. It says, "Don't you realize that in a race everyone runs, but only one wins the prize? So run to win. All athletes are disciplined in their training. They do it to win a prize that will fade away. But we as Christians," I added that part in there, "but we as Christians, we do it for an eternal prize." You see, somewhere along the way in this race, I started looking off to the sides to see what was on the sidelines. Instead of keeping my focus on eternity, I started looking to see what was beside me. And what was beside me was the world. And just a little bit more here and a little bit more here that I let my guard down. And this is going to make sense here in just a second. We can only achieve self-control by fully submitting to God and letting Him have His way inside of us. And so when I started out, I was fully letting God have His way with my talents, with the way I played baseball. But along the way, I started giving a little bit up, a little bit here, and a little bit there. Proverbs 25:28 says, "A person without self-control is like a city with broken down walls." And see, back in the olden days, back in biblical times, cities built walls around them to keep wild animals out, to keep thieves out, to keep people out. And so the only way to get into that city was for the gatekeeper of that city to let you in. Well, I had opened my gate a little by little by little by little and let the enemy set in. And so finally, instead of playing for God, I was playing for myself, because my goal was to reach the major leagues. And so when I started looking over here and started looking over here, I started playing for myself at some point. Instead of looking down the road and worried more about eternity and letting God use my talents, then I started using my talents not to glorify God, but in a sense glorify myself. And so my career ended about the age of 25, and I was crushed, absolutely crushed. And so instead of winning that race for God, I had started trying to win that race for me. And so I took my identity completely off Christ, and I just totally lost out on what I was doing. And so to wrap this up, always, always, always use your talents to glorify God, because it will take you a long way. Did I ruin my career? In my heart, I believe I did. But God has other plans for you, and God had other plans for me. And so now I get to stand in front and bring the message to children all across the nation on this Crossing Home platform. What a blessing it is to be able to share with you guys. But the last verse I want to share with you is Psalms 86:11. It says, "Teach me your ways, O Lord, that I may live according to your truth. Grant me purity of my heart, so that I may honor you. With all my heart I will praise you, O my Lord. I will give you glory to your name forever." So as you go out and play this morning, as you go out and play the rest of your careers, give glory to God forever in everything you do, and He will bless you in everything you do. Be sure to keep focused on that eternal prize, and the way we do that is to accept Jesus Christ into our heart. Guys, I'm going to finish up today. Just want to tell you we love you. We'll see you down the road. If you have any questions, be sure to contact us. My email's on the Facebook page. I think my cell phone number is on there as well. Reach out. That's what we're here to do. We're here to help you get down the road and help you to use your talents to glorify God in everything you do. We'll see you.